To our next story now, Yemeni forces have conducted major counterattacks against the Saudi-led forces near the port city of Hudaydah amid an all-out Saudi offensive. The Saudi-led forces launched a ground assault backed by airstrikes to seize Yemen's strategic Red Sea port. Reporters say Saudi warplanes carried out over 80 airstrikes on Hudaydah in only one day. A Yemeni armed forces spokesman says the army thwarted, quote, the enemy's attempts to penetrate the defenses in Hudaydah. The counterattacks killed dozens of Saudi-backed forces. Earlier this week, the Saudi deployed some 10,000 troops as part of efforts to capture Hudaydah, the main entry point for vital aid in the war-torn country. The Saudi war has killed nearly 15,000 Yemenis, most of them civilians, since 2015. To discuss that more, we are joined by Riyadh Karim, Director of Veritas Center for Strategic Studies, joining us live from London. Thank you very much, Mr. Karim, once again for joining us on Press TV's Top 5. Now, I'm assuming that the Saudis were not expecting this type of retaliatory attacks, were they?
No, they certainly weren't. And the latest reports that we're having is that the Houthis also fired one of their missiles on Saudi positions outside of Hudaydah, and that has actually caused quite a bit of damage as well. But 80 attacks on, I had said this day before yesterday in my interview with Press TV that the Saudis want Hudaydah by hook or by crook, and they're going to do anything and everything within their power to get that seaport, because they do not have any stronghold in that area. And so in northern Yemen, they do not have any kind of stronghold. So it is very important for them to have a stronghold where to work from, because then they can get to Bab al-Mandab that way. And the worst part is that I think the coalition actually agreed amongst themselves to give Saudi Arabia another month to continue with these attacks in order for them to get what they want before the United Nations would actually come in and start arranging for peace talks to happen. And that is basically like strangling Yemen, really. And you know, the U.S. administration, the Trump administration, has been desperate to make the war on Yemen all about Iran. And for more than about a year and a half, I think, you know, they have exaggerated Iran's role in the war, which in turn whitewashes and denies any harm done by the coalition. They came out I think Mike Pompeo came out and very clearly said Iran is responsible for the starvation in Yemen as well, which is completely unadulterated propaganda. There's nothing to support that claim. And time and again, they have been asked to produce proof to that effect, but they are not able to do that. And the impending famine responsibility is solely in the hands of the coalition and the governments that have maintained an air and sea blockade in the country. So more than 3.5 years, coming almost to 4 years now, the Saudi-backed puppet government has relocated the Central Bank of Aden and stopped paying public sector salaries. So Iran's limited role does not even account for much of the harm in Yemen, really. But they will do anything to deflect attention from the fact that the administration continues to aid and abet the coalition's war crimes and crimes against humanity. And the Saudi coalition and its Western patrons have actually created the famine conditions in Yemen today. and they own the consequences, and no amount of last-minute blame shifting can change that.
Thank you very much, Riyad Karim, Director of Veritas Center for Strategic